So welcome to another episode. This is your friendly host Atlaz playing another live World Series of Poker gameplay. And right now we're doing pretty well. We started on this table with about 50,000 chips set. I should have probably not have called that, actually, to be honest with you. So right now we're basically waiting to see, and we're going to fold off this hand. We're not even going to go any further. There's no point in going into this hand. Again, we're just basically, if you were watching earlier, I didn't realize my battery was fucking dying now. I'm going to have to get my my battery out as well. I can actually see the chat log because I'm actually in front of my home computer. We're playing this on the mobile app as opposed to playing on a Facebook game or something like that. It is, although you can play on Facebook, I didn't realize by rotating the camera too much it actually stopped the stream, so I do apologize for that if you were watching just a few minutes ago. I actually started from literally on this table about 50,000, where I started earlier on a previous table at about 8,000. I've now worked my way up just shy of $1 million. I had just had one bad beat, which was, or I shouldn't say it was a bad beat. It was basically a beat that I knew I should have probably not even played into, but it's just what it was. So we're going to go ahead and see what's going on here. I can see your chat log, so if you want to say comments in the comment field, please do so. I am watching that. And what's kind of nice about this is I can actually go back now and actually see what's going on and try to watch the rebroadcast and see what's happening. So as you can see right now, I had a jack, I had a 4-jack, and the table actually did not fare well for me at all. So there was no point of even trying to get into that hand. We're going to also fold off of this hand. It's a 7-2, 7 deuce, and 7 deuce is just really not a good hand to be playing into. It is basically a way, in my opinion, a very subpar hand. And part of the other of this point of this game too is you want to sit there and be mindful of how the hand's playing out. Now, as you can see, I'm just shot. I actually still am the chip leader on this board right now, so I have to be really careful because I want to keep that chip lead. I want to be able to keep that dominance when it's going in play. So I have a possible straight on the board. 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. I actually had a straight, but again, I could have probably had that hand in lock, but again, I felt that that was not a really good hand to play. So we're gonna fold this hand as well. I'm just playing certain types of hands right now. A 3-6 offsuit could be a great hand, if depending on how the cards play out. But again, I try to watch how that's going and how that's playing out. How the cards play out. But again, I try to just checking to make sure my volume's doing well. So it sounds like you can hear me okay, which is good. I want to make sure that all of the audio is working to its fullest level. I don't have any images set up right now for this to watch my gameplay because I'm playing in a dark room. To me, there's something about playing poker in a not a well-lit room just does me good. I'm watching some Bob's Burger in the background. You may be able to hear a little bit in the background as well as I'm playing. It's just kind of one of those things as you play, you want to make sure that, I'm going to turn the brightness down a little bit on this. There we go. So we're going to see what's going on here. We're doing pretty well right now overall. Let's see how this hand plays out. We got an ace-6, so the flush would have won that hand last round there. I'm going to call this. I'm going to call the 14K to a 16 total. Oh shit. Y'all call. Fine. Let's call it. And let's go ahead and call it. And we'll see. With an A6 suited, it's going to be kind of weird. The fucking raises are getting out of control right now. Let's just call it a day. So now we have. We're going to go ahead and bet the pot and see what happens. He folded off. He folded off, and I have the hand. Whew, that was a good hand. That was a sweet hand right there. Sometimes you need to know when to bully and when to stay the hell out of the hand. And as you can see, I'm only playing certain types of hands So it creates the impression, and also I'm backing up my impression too. It's not just arbitrary. What's going on here with my stream? Okay, there we go. So the impression too is like, as you can see, I have a K3 offsuited, 7-4 hits the. Not the fucking best scenario for that right now in the long run. 7-4 offsuited is not. As you can see, 7-7 8 hits the board. The total fucking hand hits that is nothing, anything worth impression. I have a 4-6 that is my next hand here, and I see as a full house would have tore that apart. So it's full house over full house. Definitely, that last hand was a full house over full house. Definitely a tough scenario to be faced with. So when we're playing live stream, or when we're playing games like this, or any kind of poker play, you really need to take this into consideration. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Are you just trying to get fast money? Okay, yeah, you can try to go fast money by going all in. You can suck out on a few people a few times, but the reality of it is a skilled player is going to beat you every time. So we got ourselves right now a vodka and soda, and I have a pocket pair of sevens. I am going to call the 10K just because I have a pocket pair. It seems to, and to go into a scenario where we see how that plays out. Go ahead and do another. We're going to see here. We're going to hit check with a pair. I'm a little nervous with an overpair on the two overpairs on the board. We're just basically playing into this and seeing what happens. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to take my fucking pair and walk with it. I was pretty sure that no one had anything further, but I wasn't going to push into it. There was no point into doing that with just a pair. So I did win the hand. We're still not at a million yet, but I'm not going to push into a hand like this right now. There's no, or 10-5. There's no point in going into that hand with any kind of steam. I'm going to hit the board, but I'm pretty sure after the end of this, who's calling me? Hello. Yeah, give me a second. Hang on, I'm going to look at it right now. Hang on. You heading home? No, are you heading home? Okay. Yeah, it's on. Okay, man. I'll catch you in a minute. Bye-bye. So I'm back. I have to reconnect now. So we'll see here. We're back into the game. I apologize for that. To the game. Looks like it's still streaming. Thankfully, I didn't lose too far into the game. Kind of messed it up a little bit. K2 and a K2 hand. We're not going to go into that hand. K2 is not a hand I want to be dealing with. It is a little bit of a little bit of conundrum. Yo, what's going on, dude? So you're saying a shout out to Sosa Sauce? What's going on, dude? The sky help. Funny, that's good. I like that. That's good. I'm going to stay out of that. Very, very good hand to go into. Matter of fact, it's basically one of those into a King 4 hand. It's kind of a good idea to stay out of that. Because, sorry, a 6-4 hand is just going to be a really subpar. So we have an 8-5. My stream has not caught up to me. There we go. Let's go ahead and hit it. Maybe. But I'm not going to play on a hand like this too much further. I got 2 9s. Is going to be a diamond, and the diamond never came. And my stream is acting. I hope it catches up to me, man. We're gonna call those pocket fours. We've got a pair of pocket fours. We're gonna call them and see what happens. Maybe burn us, but we'll see. We got 2 pair right now, so anything right now we could fucking maybe see that could change this into pocket. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go that stupid on a hand. It's not a smart move. I'll stay out of that, man. You just got to be careful. You can't fuck. It's not streaming correctly on my side here. I folded on that one. Wasn't a good hand. What is going on, man? Stream, catch the fuck up, man. There, it looks like it's caught up a little bit now. Let's see. So yeah, hopefully the stream's working pretty well right now. But again, this is, as you can see, this hand wasn't going to fare at all either. This hand was a fucking waste. There's no way this hand was going to fare, not even the slightest. So again, Queen 5, gonna fold that hand. Not gonna hold on to a Queen 5 hand. A pair beat me on that last anything on this hands right here. These are subprime hands. We got about 5 people on the table, 6 people on the table total, including myself. Not the best scenario for gameplay. We may leave with what we've got right now and kind of call it what we have. But I am trying to hit the million on this fucking table. I may do it. We'll see what happens. We'll just basically take about 2 or 3 more hands, a good 2 or 3 good hands where people are kind of getting squirrely. I have somebody that has the chip stack to put me there. And maybe two of the 3 people could put me over the top if I were to just basically play kind of calm and kind of watch for the right opportunity to strike. And my stream health is showing yellow. What does that mean? I forget what that means. I may have to change my stream count on it to fix that up a little bit. But yeah, we're watching right now, having a lot of fun with this. I really like being able to restream my stuff and seeing on even a larger screen. That's kind of cool. I like that. It's got a pretty good video quality. Nothing super sad. It looks pretty solid. I like that. Looks pretty nice. Let's see. We're gonna fold this hand off. There's no point of holding on to that hand. That's a pretty bad hand. So, as we can see, we have Randy. Looks like about 425,000. London's at 50K, who probably just joined the table here, if my memory's correct. We have Rocco at 250,000, and one of the other guys just left. So the table is coming down to slim pickings. I will check because I'm on the blind, but I'm probably not going to push at this point. I'm probably going to stay off of this. Casanova's actually got a pretty sizable chip stack to start out with. But again, I'm probably going to change tables here. We're going to give it another 3 more rounds, and we're going to change tables. I don't know if I want to stay on a table that's playing this kind of slow like this. It doesn't have a lot of action for me. I'm going to stay out of this with a check fold. I don't want to be into this. I want to just basically get the hell out of this hand. I have nothing to hold me. I got nothing. There ain't nothing holding me at all in this hand. I'm surprised that they even checked it down, to be honest with you. We only have 5 people on the table. Now, I do have a pocket pair of 7s this hand, so we'll see what happens. With the pocket pair of 7s, we're going to limp into this. We'll see if somebody does something. There's no point in getting super aggressive right now. I want to keep this low-key and see what happens and see how this plays out. Basically, after a period of time, you will notice that you want to make sure that you're not... you want to show weakness when you have strength. You want to show strength when you have weakness. You want to make sure that your opponent is constantly on the guess. Where are you at? They don't know what to think about you. Chip size stack alone would show indication of something. And as you can see, I flipped over 7, so that kind of shows you that, yeah, I didn't go stupid with my pocket pair. So that shows a level of skill that you're not trying to just push with any 2 cards. Now, I do have a Q2, which is not a really good hand to play. I should fold this hand off. And we're going to see how this plays out here in a few more minutes. But as we're going right now, we're going to see what's going to happen. This hand's fucking dead in the water. There's no point of putting another 5 cents into it. So we'll give this see if there is a few more people joining. So we'll see how the game plays out. It's a pretty we got a couple sizable chip stacks to put me over the million mark. So I'm going to kind of put myself at a threshold that I have that I will keep to myself that I know. And when you're playing, you do want to put yourself on thresholds, meaning that if you can't make the threshold and there's a certain amount of hands, get up and walk away from the table. Go to a different table. Or maybe you're feeling like your chip stack's dwindling too much. Get up and walk away from the table. Allow those to be some benchmarks and be disciplined about it. My Jack 6, I am going to play. It's even though it's off-suited, I think it's a good hand to start out with. It is actually it may not fare very well, which it didn't. Unfortunately or fortunately, I would need 2 connector cards to fucking complete this run. So I would need a 10 to hit the board, and I would need a 7 to hit the board. I don't think either one of them are coming anytime soon. So the fold was the right answer on that scenario. So we're going to go ahead and go to another scenario here where we're looking at we got A7. Let's go ahead and punch that A7, even though it's offsuit. Not a bad connector. It's got a good kicker. We'll even go a little bit farther on this one. We'll see because the action's starting to heat up a little bit. We'll see how this plays out. We have some people folding off with the action. So what do we get? We have something with we have a pair with an ace kicker. Not going to push any further on this. Matter of fact, anybody pushing or breathing on it, I'm out. I'm not playing anymore. There's no point in pushing any further or heavier on this when you are not getting the cards that you want. And again, that was a good fold. Hey, the 15K to see some action gets to show that, hey, look, that tells you sometimes when you're playing a game and you see somebody kind of buy into a hand, it's saying, hey, I might have a premium hand, but my premium hand didn't hold. So now here's another premium hand in my opinion. It's a great fucking starting hand. 3 ace suited. Not the best hand on the board, but again, it's a great ace that we got our ace that hit. No one else on the board I'm pretty sure doesn't have an ace, so I'm just going to check around the board. I'm not even going to wait. So we're going to see how this plays out. So right now nobody's got anything. I'm probably the only one that has a pair at this point. But the pair is not going to. The pair could end up dying really quickly to a set. Anyone that has any fucking cards on the hand, there's 2 pair on the board. The likelihood is I have a high pair, but I don't have a kicker to beat anything. So I'll call this out of curiosity. I'm curious to see what this fucking guy has. I'm not going to let it go into the muck. So not everybody's going to have a fucking set. So somebody got the full house. Good hand. Nice hand. Fucking sweet hand. Very nice hand. Very nice hand. So 7 deuce, fucking terrible fucking hand. You don't want to play that hand if you fucking was, it was given to me and I don't fucking want it. So we want to stay off of those types of hands like that. Now I hurt my chip stack a little bit by about 100 and something on that fucking round, but I needed to see if that London was going to if that London had something legit. I could have probably waited on I guess his name's Louis. Louis. Maybe Louis would have had a better scenario for me to try to look into. So we're folding this hand off. We're not going to go ahead and play into this hand at all. We're going to kind of wait this out. And again, remember, this chip stack that right now, we started at about a 50K chip stack. So there's a lot of change on the board. So when you change on the board, we've got to be careful when we move into another scenario. We want to be very mindful of how we're playing. We want to be very mindful of what we're moving into. We don't want to sit there and get stuck into a scenario where we're kind of playing into newbie action where they're basically doing an all-in scenario. And as we see, we have a 3 of a kind that won that hand very cleanly, by the way, very smooth. So that does seem to be pretty good. Again, we got another fucking scenario. We're going to do a check on this one. If anybody puts weight, we're walking away from it. Very rare that you get 7 deuce 2 hands back to back. Very, very rare. But I'm not going to play a 7 deuce hand, even if I was given to me twice. It's just not a good hand to play into. It can be actually very devastating in the long run. So with this type of play like this, we want to make sure that we have a very clean play out. 7 deuces, again, is one of the worst hands in poker. If it were suited, maybe. I mean, maybe. But even still, I would still be leery of going into that. I need to go to Arby's so bad right now, man. That Arby's, they keep throwing those Arby's commercials going, man. I want to fucking have me an Arby's sandwich so bad. So we're waiting for the hand to play out. We got an all-in scenario here going on. We have a couple all-ins with still 2 people with monies left to fucking play. The pot size isn't that bad. It's actually pretty nice. We have about a fucking 14K fucking pot size. And it looks like 2 pair won the lion's share of the pot. And these guys up there fucking decided to dispute over what was left over. Not a very good fucking play for those guys on the end there. But again, that's kind of how it is sometimes. Jack 4 suited. I'm going to kind of fall. I'm going to call into the basic. Let me see. Hang on. I'm not going to call that. Let me think. Yeah, let me call the basic on that. I'll call the basic hand on that one. I'm not going to go any further above this. I got to be mindful of where I'm playing into my hands. It is suited, so I will play it. It is suited, and I do like playing suited hands. We'll do one more round on it. And again, what do we get? We got nothing on this hand. We're going to fold off on this the next go through here. So we're already set for a fold. After that, so the drop came. We're going to go ahead and do our check around. And if anyone raises, we're off the hand. There's no point in staying on this hand at all. And we're going to check fold off of this one. So we're going to just basically stay away from this. There's no point in staying in this fucking hand at all. This hand's dead. I got nothing holding me on it. I would almost fold just for the sake of folding, but I don't do that because it shows a sign of weakness in the hand. It means that you might be able to be pushed at the wrong time. I don't do that because you fucking can kind of have yourself. Somebody can see that it says that you're underskilled or undervalued in a gameplay. So we're gonna go ahead and just wait and see what happens on this. So, but again, this is just kind of the part of poker play in general, is that you don't want to put yourself in a scenario where we're having. My battery's cleaning up. Good. Okay. So you can hear my TV in the background a little bit. Oh, wait, look at this. We got pocket Ks. Oh, yeah. Any kind of aggression, I'm going to just basically call for right now. But any kind of aggression, I'm going to go over the top and see if somebody pushes, because somebody's going to want to push on a fucking hand like this. So usually somebody will push. Anyone on the button want to push? Nope. Did you just spec your push? Now we have a flush draw. Nice. I'm going to fucking push to try to get somebody off the fucking hand. I'm not going to check around the table. He's going to fold. This guy's going to fold too. I have 2 pair at best. He had a fucking 3 of a kind. He caught us 3 of a kind. It was a smart move on my behalf to not go over fucking the top on it. We're going to do one more hand. We're going to change tables. I've learned to know it's better to fucking get away when you're fucking not doing it. So we'll call this one. This is a 10-5. Suited, great hand to start with. Not the best hand on there, but again, we have a flush draw possible. We're going to check. We may have to call. I'm willing to place this at least a pot minimum. We're kind of hooding ourselves in we're getting hoodwinked right now on the fucking cards. We're going to do one more hand after this, and we're going to change tables. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and check fold off of this fucking hand. So if anyone else is fucking going to push, I'm getting the fuck out of it. There's no point in staying on this one. We're going to do one more hand, and that's the end of this shit here, because I'm fucking losing my chip value. And we got one more good hand to fucking go here at the last fucking hand of the table. And then I'm going to change up to a bigger table. And again, it did not fare well for me on the flop. We're going to basically wait until see somebody pushes. We're going to fold. So now we're playing at a $50,000 table, a $500,000 table. Looks like the blinds are going to be different here. There's nothing here. There ain't no hand right now. There's nothing. The only thing there's nothing that's going to save me right now. The only thing that saves me is a 5, and that's not. And even still, I don't have a straight. Yeah. We got a 9 jack. Let's see what happens with this 9 jack. I'm gonna go ahead and put a bet of half a pot size. Let's see what happens on this one.
Really? Dynasty? Oh, Duck Dynasty. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna check. He had the ace. Good job. So yeah, we'll see here in a few. We're gonna play a few more hands, and I'm gonna call it a night. Let's see here. Only thing is a 5 right now. We got a straight. I'll call. He got the straight. So we're gonna have possible flush draw here. We got one. We've got two other cards on the way out the door to see what can get us here. We got our turn and a river. We'll see what happens. It's very likely with a flush draw that this will happen. But again, we just got ourselves burned on the turn. We'll see what happens with the river. Nobody's fucking betting. I don't think anyone's gonna bet on this. He put a 200,000 bet. I'm not chasing that fucking river. And the river would have fucking gave me the flush. God damn it, dude. God dang it, dude. Oh, man. Oh, it was a dumb move on my part. I should have just fucking stayed in. I would have had the higher flush. I would have beat them both. I would have fucking basically been myself over $1 million. Oh, well. It happens sometimes. It's better sometimes to fucking lick your wounds and walk away with that card hand as opposed to digging in deep. And we're going to go ahead and fucking call this one. And we're going to check. I don't think anybody has any kings or face cards at this point. Pretty sure nobody has any face cards. See, he's acting like he's got a face card, but I'm going to stay off of it. I'm not going to even deal with it. Even though I have a pocket pair, it's not appropriate to go to that. We're going to do about 3 more hands, and we're going to call it a night. Check, fold. 2 more hands after this, and I'm done. Well, what's that look like there, Mr. Gaming Connection? Oh, this could be a good hand. Let's see. We got a good monstrous hand on the way out the door. I'm going to raise. I'm going to re-raise on this son of a bitch. Going all in. Fuck you. I got a K ace. With a K on the board, it's very likely I got the fucking hand. I don't think this person's got anything fucking other thing less than that. Yes, 3 of a kind. Fucking $1 million hand. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there, dude. We'll fold this hand. We'll do another 5 rounds because now I feel like I want to stay a little bit long. That win was monstrous right there, man. Shit, that win was monstrous. Okay, we'll do two more rounds here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and call. Oh, what? I folded off the hand? I didn't fucking realize that. Fuck, these timers so fast. You can take the remote. The remote's there somewhere. Ooh, we have another king ace. Let's go ahead and hit a raise on this one. Let's do the pot size. Now that we got a little bit of beef behind us. Let's see. I'll call it. Fuck it, why not? Can't even keep me. You can't even try. You're trying so hard, but just can't. I started out with 8, almost 200, almost 2 million. No, granted, it's okay. It's not bad, right?
You put a price on a good time, brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's how I feel about it. Oh, dude, this hand could have been a winner right here, man. I had 2 pair. Could have a possible full house. Let's see what happens on the river. Shit. Yeah, it would have been still 2 pair. With a flush, that would have been fucking taking that shit apart. Who's got the flush? I'm assuming this guy, Bruce, got the flush. Oh, just 2 pair, huh? Alright, last hand, guys. Let's see what happens on the last hand here. We've got an ace, or queen 8 suited with hearts. Let's see where we go with this. Alright, guys, that's the end of it. I'll go back to my lobby. Yes, I'm quitting this game at this point. So not bad. Look at that. We started out with barely any chips here, and now we're at about 1.6 mil in chips. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I want to thank you for watching. Don't be afraid to come back and watch more. Feel free to like and subscribe, but I want to thank you all for being a part of my existence here. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.